All right, hi guys, happy Sunday. Little video today, just again putting together a meal plan, and this one is really challenging. It's one with a number of special dietary considerations that I need to throw together, and that could be complicated. And I'll explain why in a moment. So I'll just give you a bit of background of how I put that together and what I did. But basically, the goal for this one was weight gain. Essentially, this person, it's a female who's in her early 40s, needs to gain weight essentially due to a health condition, and so with that, it can be a little bit challenging, and the challenge really comes from the dietary considerations, and so. These are the nutrition tags that have been requested. Okay, so it's a gluten-free, high protein, and lactose-free. And then the meal tags, we've got a vegan, simple, and Mediterranean, anti-inflammatory. Okay, so there's a fair bit of inflammatory process going on. So the anti-inflammatory is really important. And so the issue that we've got is with MEALZEE, because we've got 1,300 recipes in there at the moment, and we've just finished the auto tagging, which I know means nothing to most people, but what it means is now we can add recipes a hell of a lot faster rather than a manual review process of all the nutrition tags. So it'll just qualify automatically. So it's been a big job over the last few months, but it means now that we can really start to ramp up the recipes. So we've got 1,300 there currently, but we'll be adding heaps and heaps over the coming months. And so that's fantastic. So we can get them in faster. But currently at 1,300 recipes, what we've had to do is limit how many nutrition tags that we could use and how many meal tags and how many foods could be excluded. Because what happens if we've got too many of these options, it filters down the amount of available recipes, and it can end up being zero. So if I give you a quick example of what I'm talking about. So this here. So with the meal tags, I've put in simple and vegan. Now, fortunately, vegan cancelled out lactose free. So anything that's vegan isn't going to have lactose anyway. So I didn't need to use that one. Simple. So our criteria for simple is a recipe that's got 6 ingredients or less and 6 steps or less. So it's just nice and straightforward to put together. And the Mediterranean I haven't selected. I've been able to get away with because most of the vegan recipes are going to be very anti-inflammatory anyway. So I'm just conscious of that, but fortunately I can get around that. I can add a Mediterranean tag sort of within here, but because it limits us to 2 as an entire diet search, I've just kept it at that. And then the nutrition tags, I've just gone with gluten-free. Like I said, the lactose-free is cancelled out with vegan, so I'm fortunate there. But I haven't added high protein, and I'll explain why in a second, because I've managed to get the protein up either way. So what you can see, if I was to just limit it to just the calorie range, there's only 5 recipes, but I can tick this box here, and what it does is it shows me all of the recipes that meet that criteria, that are outside the calorie range and within the calorie range. Okay, so it gives us a little bit of play. We can adjust, and that's fine. The goal is weight gain. So if we're in excess, it's not such a problem. As long as we're not too low in calories, we should be all right. But yeah, just to show you, like you may not be able to see it, but down the bottom, there's only 23 recipes essentially then that qualify as both gluten-free and vegan and simple. Okay, if I unclick simple, we now go out to 32. If I unclick vegan, we're now at, where are we? 159 recipes. So as you can see, the more tags we put, the more that it narrows. But either way, we've been able to create the plan, and that was really good. So it was a challenge, but it took a little bit longer, this one. So normally a meal plan I can put together relatively quickly. This one probably took me 15 or 20 minutes. And it was probably more just getting that protein where we needed it to be. Now, the instruction was basically a couple of different breakfasts through the week and then a couple of different ones on the weekend. So what you'll see there is I've repeated breakfast Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Tuesday and Thursday the same, and then a couple of different breakfasts on the weekend. Lunch, the instruction was basically leftovers every day through the week, and then just a couple of different recipes on the weekend. And this is just for simplicity and time saving, and that's what I try and do, so that makes sense. And then the instruction for dinner was then also to have 3 to 4 recipes on repeat over the week. So again, it's preparing enough so that there's leftovers, and it just saves time. So what you'll see here is that the 5 bean stir fry on Monday night, 3 serves are prepared. One of them is at lunch, and one of them is on the Saturday night. So that one can be frozen. The Tuesday night, 3 serves are prepared, lunch the next day, and then later in the week, and then you'll see that with those other recipes as well. And then snack-wise, I've just tried to go for some nice, simple, high-calorie snacks, not a lot of preparation, things that are really easy, but really pack the calories in. And so we managed to get there pretty well. A lot of anti-inflammatory properties, a lot of your dark, like the blueberries are fantastic for that. A lot of the nuts are great for that. And so in the end, it was a pretty good plan. I was happy to come together. Our target, now the person is not that big, so the target was a bit over 2,000 calories is what our starting point is. Now, so I'm sitting at about 2,300 calories, so there's ample there that I expect we'll start to see some gain, but time will tell, and we adjust as we move on. Now, the high protein was requested. Now, if you're looking at the macros, and this is where macros can sort of bring you undone if that's all you're focusing on. I'm a fan of macros, but they can bring you undone. And so at 15% macros for protein, some people might say, well, that's not high protein, but this is nearly 1.6 grams of protein per kilo of body weight for this person. So it's actually ample protein, and the evidence shows 1.6 is the sweet spot when it comes to muscle protein synthesis. So we're probably not going to gain much more from that. And the real goal is calories, and that's why you'll see a dependence on fat. And because it's vegan, you're going to see more carbs in there as well. Fiber was huge, 47 grams of fiber, and that's not uncommon in a vegan diet as well. So yeah, all in all, took a little bit of work, this one, a little bit longer, but there's just a little ways that you can use MEALZEE to sort of get around that, and I was able to do it, fortunately. I reckon this would have probably taken me, the best part of maybe 2 or 3 hours without MEALZEE. Is the sad point of it, and that's time I would have given up, or that's something that you got to charge for, which a lot of people don't want to pay for your time for that amount of time. So I was able to put it together, get a plan done, and yeah, we're going to see how this one goes and get some feedback on it and make changes as needed. Now, for anyone else that would like a meal plan, you're more than welcome. You just go to www.mealzee.com/personalized-meal-plan. And I am opening out some consults if you wanted to consult as well. Not as many left this year, mostly next year now, but there might be a few left, I think. All right, thanks, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.